What's up, y'all? So, I wanted to jump on today because I'm going to talk to you about something that is powerful. And it's powerful because it's going to help you to be able to change your life if that's what you want. I'm a firm believer that you can have anything that you want if you want it bad enough, okay? And usually there are two reasons why we decide to make changes in our life. Either because something is too painful, right? The pain gets too bad, or because of pleasure. And what I found is, in my life personally, the things that I decided I wanted to change, the pain got too much, right? It was too painful. It was too hard. And then when I started making a little bit of changes, the pleasure from making those changes kept me pushing forward. Does that make sense? So I'm going to share with you a strategy that just kind of hit me today. And it hit me because of a group that I've been a part of for a couple of weeks now, a challenge group, and then a podcast I was listening to today. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like, this is life-changing. This is so exciting because I found in the areas in my life that I truly changed that this is exactly what I did. And so I wanted to share this with you because I think it's really important that when we learn something or figure something out that we share it, because if not, we are not making a contribution, and I can use my voice and my experience to help other people to be able to change their life. So I want to talk to you today about how to change your life, and it doesn't matter what area it's in, whether it's weight loss, whether it's with your health, your relationships, your parenting, your business. It doesn't matter what area you are wanting to change. This is going to work for anything you apply it to. So the first thing I want you to do is write down, what is it costing you to stay still? What is it costing you to stay in your comfort zone? What is it costing you to not do anything to make a change? Number two, what is it costing you to stay in that same mindset or to stay in that same story that you keep telling yourself over and over in your head, right? I don't know what that looks like for you, but for me, it looked like limiting beliefs. For me, it looked like stories that other people had gotten into my head and that stuck with me, right? Because sometimes those bad things, just like in Pretty Woman, when she talks about sometimes those bad things are just easier to believe when we're stuck in that mindset, right? So I have negative thoughts, other people's opinions, circumstances that no, you're not stuck in. You may have been born in, or they may have been developed in your life over time, but you're not stuck there. We don't have to be stuck there. So whatever that story is that you're telling yourself of why your life is the way it is, or why you're accepting it to be the way that it is, what is it costing you to stay in that mindset? And write that down. Number three, what has it already cost you? What has it already cost you? So I know for me personally, like with my weight loss, there were things that it costed me before I decided to make a change, right? There were prices that I paid for being unhealthy and overweight. I couldn't do the things with my kids I wanted to. I didn't have the energy. That's not when I dreamed about being a mom, that's not the life I wanted to live, right? With my children, that's not the experience I wanted. I wanted to be able to do things with my kids, to run and to play and to ride rides at the fair and to do all of those things. My weight loss had cost me that. And I still stayed stuck there, right? The pain wasn't bad enough. The pain didn't stack enough for me to want to make a change in my life because I kept running that negative thought process, right? I had to work on loving me, and I had to work on knowing that I had to love myself in order to do as much for me and to take care of me as I would anybody else. So I think that's extremely important. What is it already costing you? I know with my anxiety journey, guys, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what it is in your life. My anxiety, when I was so deep in anxiety, it cost me so much. Like going to the school and watching my child's play. I had a complete panic attack and had to watch it from outside in the hallway, watching through the door. No, I didn't let it get to the point where I absolutely refused not to leave. But I had to stand outside in the hallway in tears, bawling as I watched my baby on that stage. My anxiety cost me her being able to look in that crowd and see her mama's face. But I refused to leave. I was embarrassed, but I stayed and I watched through the door. But those are things that, like, whatever you're going through, there's a price that you're paying, and you have to decide, is it worth it? And number 4, are you willing to keep paying that price? Because I'll tell you, I wasn't willing to keep paying the price, that I wasn't able to be the mom that I needed to be because I was letting anxiety control my life. I wasn't willing to pay the price of going to the ballpark to watch my daughter play ball and having to watch her from the truck because I was having a panic attack. I wasn't willing to pay the price of not being able to be comfortable in my own home because anxiety had gotten so bad, right? I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. The same with my weight loss journey. I got to a point where the bad things were just too bad. So today I'm going to tell you how you can get from being okay and comfortable with the price that you're paying, how you can get from that to saying, I'm done. Enough is enough. Today, I'm taking a stand and I'm going to say, no more. I'm changing my life, and I'm actually going to take action to do that. Okay, so I want you to answer these questions and answer them honestly. And I want you to start stacking, because this is what I did without even realizing it. I started stacking all of the negatives, right? All of the negatives of my anxiety, how that affected me, what price I was paying, what price the people that loved me were paying. With my weight loss, I started stacking those negatives because what that did was push me to the point of making change. It pushed me to the point of saying, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm going to make a difference in my life. I'm no longer willing to keep paying this price in the life that I'm living. I'm no longer willing for my children to see me paying this price and for them to pay the price that they paid. I'm not willing to do that anymore. And when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, when the pain gets strong enough, you make change happen. You make change happen. You decide that enough is enough. So I encourage you to start stacking all of the negatives that surround whatever it is you're wanting to change. Whether it's staying broke, whether it's, whatever issues you may have with your parenting, your health, your weight loss, your business, it doesn't matter. How is staying stuck and living the life that you're living now? What is that costing you? What's it costing your family? What's it going to cost you down the road, or cost your kids down the road? What experiences are you not going to be able to experience? What experiences are they not going to be able to experience? You have to have some honest, real hard conversations with yourself. Get real and get raw. And I'm telling you, once the impact of the negative side of whatever it is you're going through, once that stacks up enough and you get to the point where it's just like, I'm done, right? I love myself enough. I love my kids enough. I love my life enough to be able to push to that next level, right? Because I'm no longer staying here. And when you do that in one area of your life, I'm telling you, you can do it in any area of your life, because I've been there and I know you can. And then what happens? What happens when you take that first step? What happens when you keep it simple and you just put one foot in front of the other and you become resourceful? You start experiencing pleasure. Okay, so why do we typically make changes in our life? Because of the pain or because of pleasure? Once you experience that pleasure, that's what drives you to keep going, right? That's what keeps you motivated. In my weight loss journey, once I started feeling better, I started feeling better long before I started looking better. Once I started feeling better, it got me excited, right? I hadn't felt that good since high school. Once I started feeling better, I was able to do more things with my kids, keep up with the housework, not take, naps every day with my children and be wore out, not live my life, drinking coffee all day and still being exhausted. I started feeling better. Those positives kept me motivated. They kept me going, right? When I started changing my body shape, and how clothes fit on me. Guys, that's a huge confidence boost. Do you know how just that affected all areas of my life? Not just my weight loss, but then you start stacking those positives. You start stacking those positives, and those positives keep you moving. Those positives keep change going. Those positives keep your mindset growing. And so I wanted to share this with you today because you can change your life. I've changed my life. It doesn't mean, I still have room to grow. I'm not just running from something. I'm running to something. I'm always having goals that I'm working on. But I wanted to share this with you because I think it's powerful. I think it's extremely powerful to apply to any area of your life that you truly want to change. Because if you're not there yet, if it's not painful enough yet, it doesn't mean it's not costing you now. I want you, and I would highly suggest that you do this exercise. Answer the questions. Stack up those pain points. And then ask yourself, what is your life going to look like on the other side? What's it going to look like on the other side? When you stop paying the price that you're paying now. If you can just, anything that you believe, that you can see in your mind, you can get to. What's your life going to look like when you're not broke? What are you going to be able to do for your kids, your family? What trips are you going to be able to take? What memories are you going to be able to make to last a lifetime? Right? What are you going to be able to have? Not that, material possessions are just like the most important thing, but come on, they do bring you some type of enjoyment, whether it's short term or short lived. Doing things for ourselves make us feel good. If you lose weight, how's your life going to look different? My life looks drastically different after my weight loss than before. Physically, what you can see, and inside, the things that you can't see. My mindset's different. The way I feel about myself is different. My confidence is a whole other completely different level, let me tell you. It affected my life in so many different ways. But stack up those pain points and then get you a picture to reach for, okay? But I just want to encourage you to do this today because I truly think it can be life-changing. I realized that this is what I did. This is what I truly incorporated in my life to make the biggest changes. And so I hope you do this. I hope you go through that list. I'm going to post it on my wall so that it's just posted where you can take a screenshot and you can write it down. Take the time to do it because your circumstances don't define you. The family you were born into doesn't define you. The financial situation that you're in now, it doesn't define you. That's the one thing about this life is if we take responsibility for that, for the situation that we're in, for whether we're broke or emotionally broke or in a terrible relationship or our life is not fulfilling, we can take responsibility of that and make a change. What you're going through doesn't define you. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay stuck. So, answer the questions, stack up those pain points, and make a decision to change your life. Because I promise you, it's better on the other side than you can even imagine. But I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you find some value in this. If you do, or you know someone who may find value in this, who may need to hear this message as well, you can feel free to share it. You can feel free to tag them below. But I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you soon.